one I think I'm gonna get to.
Really, you're gonna get Cyberpunk?
Yeah, Cyberpunk, Batman, Halo Infinite, Suicide Squad.
Halo Infinite, we
That's it
don't
for
even
right now.
have to though. We'll have Game Pass. We'll be good.
Yeah, but I want the collection edition.
Oh yeah, it's probably worth it with Halo Infinite with what they're doing. 10 years and all that. Everyone's talking about this new Batman. What's going on with that?
Oh, it's nice. It's not Batman. It's the Bat family. 'Cause I guess he dies, so you get to play as like it's multiplayer too. It's gonna be multiplayer. You get to play as like Dick Grayson, all the Robins, and Batman.
And you're looking forward to the new Spider-Man, right? With Miles.
Oh yeah, but I gotta get PlayStation now. So, but those are the Xbox games I'm getting.
That's a
I'll get those
PlayStation
before I
5
get-
exclusive.
That stench.
Spider-Man, yeah.
I've smelled it before.
Well, yeah, see, he knows the flood.
Bullet Witch. What is Bullet Witch about? Speaking of Bullet Witch, that reminds me of a game, whether it's related or not, to Black. I wish that more games did things like Black, where they have slow-mo and they have really destructible environments and they pull tons of physics effects out. Oh, now it's the flood. So, we're on a ring. We're on the remnants of the ring. So this is like another
We're on
prison?
a research facility
Oh.
that was by the ring.
Most disappointing game ever made, though. Ever made. I mean, E.T. the Extraterrestrial
look
literally. Oh, nice. Literally crashed the game industry. Something I dig into my videos a lot because it's a really interesting piece of video game history, which I think we're actually getting closer to again. By the way, I think we're approaching it, even though they say it's too big to fail. I think there's certain metrics that are happening in the industry that if they continue within 5 to 6 years, we see another crash. Namely, that people aren't buying new games, which is a big part of what happened with the crash.
Bad feeling about this.
Indies will save it. I think indies are a part of it. A part of why we'll have another crash. Because another element is
Or I shall bind them shut.
you had an oversaturated market. You have people playing the same game for years, while you still have tons of new releases coming on, and you have uneven pricing again, which was a big issue.
I wondered if the prophets would send to silence me.
Big Sego, Fallout 76, yeah, what a fucking joke. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City.
He must be close.
I like that though.
Come
You get
out.
to kill
we
Leon
may
and
kill
stuff, and then it's like you can switch up. Like it's like your team gets divided at the end, and that's nice. You literally have to fight your own team. And if like say you're on a team, Turok, and I'm on a team, and you choose one way and I choose another, we literally get to fight each other.
In Raccoon City?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Was it like old school Resident Evil or like Resident Evil 4?
It was like Resident Evil 5 and 6.
So it had the whole over the shoulder thing?
Yeah, it was a lot of mostly shooting, team-based shooting, special abilities and stuff.
Is that one? That one's newer then, right?
Yeah, it's a newer one, I guess.
Like,
It's not-
don't
it's
you
old,
level
it's
up and
pretty
shit
old.
in Raccoon City?
Who's throwing grenades?
A grunt.
Oh my god.
These grunts are the worst fucking cannon fodder ever. They do more harm than hurt.
Go, officer. I'll follow when our reinforcements arrive.
Is this Half-Jaw with us?
Yeah, well, he's leaving now, but yeah.
I remember loving this mission. This was my favorite mission back in the day for Halo 2. Having this whole, like, squad of Covenant with us and trying to fight through this flood, how they react to it. Was that on the Atari? The NES. That was on the Atari. The Atari was the video game industry, basically, except for arcades back then. The NES brought the industry back. Mario and the Nintendo Family Entertainment System saved the video game industry. Oh, whoops. People think it's weird now, but you look at old NES boxes and you see the Nintendo seal of approval. That was a super big deal back then. Maybe you
Alright,
remember
just trying to
it.
keep these two at least alive, bro.
Okay. But
If possible. Not, you know.
it was a
more
big
than
deal
likely.
in the sense that people didn't trust video games anymore. They thought they were a waste of money. It was 50-50 whether you were going to get shovelware or something that actually played. PS4 gets Spider-Man, X-Boner gets Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves keeps getting better and better, though, to be fair. You gonna drop 600 for the new Xbox? I am not. I am going to save my money to continue to build a second PC that I'm working on. I put about $70 into my One X. I changed out the thermal paste, I changed out the thermal pads, and I put an internal SSD into it. I still plan to make a video on that. I filmed most of that on how to do it. Because I definitely would suggest if you own a One X, changing out the thermal paste. They put shitty, worthless thermal paste on the One X, and my One X, the fan no longer spins up like ever. Of course it's spinning, but it doesn't like throttle like when it's really getting hot and struggling, like it does with like Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3, it literally has catastrophic heat failure. It'll shut the system off. Borderlands 3 still runs like dog shit because it's just really it's poorly optimized, but it no longer shuts itself off because I changed that stuff out and gave it a really good cleaning with isopropyl alcohol. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait is the point I'm getting at.
I mean, you can still, like, the good thing is they're still letting you play most games that's coming out on this one, so.
Right. Yeah, if Xbox One X, Series X had X exclusives, it would probably be a different story, but since it's just the Xbox family of products, totally backwards compatible, I just put money into my One X, which they don't even make anymore. Fable 3 was sort of a letdown for me. I don't really understand that, to be honest.
Whoa!
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that I thought Fable 3 was fine. Oh, damn, what happened?
He killed me, yeah, he like one-hit me. I was about to go hit hit one infected, and he just turned around and spat me before I hit him.
I'm super pumped to bringing Fable back, though. It took them way too long. Microsoft went the wrong direction for about 5 years, and it's taken this long to finally get their franchises back. Gears of War is back. Halo, of course, never really went away, but they had tons of cool, like Blinks the Time Cat. On the original Xbox, they totally invested in having exclusives and having great games. Now they've had to spend all this money to get that back. At least you're still alive. And buying up studios. God will save it, says Sig. Dude, Black fucking rolled. Oh, Black the shooter, yeah. Yeah. This in Battlefield Bad Company 2 rule. Why do we got modern technology? Why do more shooters not fuck with crazy physics, destructible environments, thousands of bullets? There's some cool things that can be done with shooters, and I don't feel like there's a lot of creativity in the space anymore.
Well, can't end up be done with shooters.
NES saved the industry after the crash. That's right. Right, Mount Rough. I didn't get an Xbox to play someone indie games I need 20 to 30 bucks for. I didn't get an Xbox to play some indie games I need 20 to 30 bucks for. What was your main reason to get an Xbox, wife? Oh, fuck. I went to go kill that flood, and that elite was doing it at the same time. Oh my god, the sword killed him. They've been taking sword hits, though. Why now do they die to one sword hit? I lunged off the fucking map. They came out with a Fable card game.
You killed my elite.
Physical card game. That poor elite. Wasn't one of the sequels to Fable a letdown? Yeah, I mean, I've heard, like, Matroff said Fable 3 wasn't any good. I do hear that a lot. Any friend I had who was a Fable fan generally felt that way. I didn't feel that way. I didn't think it was, like, the greatest thing fucking ever. You know, it was just more of the same. But I still thought it was cool, and I thought it was neat how they kept going further and further in time, and that was making, like, magic weaker and weaker, and heroes were rarer and rarer. And I was kind of hoping they would just keep going down that path, because it made sense, and then there would be sort of a message, you know, a metaphor that no matter when you live in time, you always have to have heroes, and they always do show up. Morrowind is still one of my favorite Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind is my favorite game ever, Sig, so absolutely. It's a very fucking special game. It's hard as balls. It's a true role-playing game.
That game's trash.
Extraordinarily ambitious. The storytelling is amazing. It had dark adult themes that didn't fuck around. You know, it had slavery. It had a slave trade. It had drug trafficking. It had an empire. It had race relation issues. Like, nothing was off limits. It's super well written. It's super ambitious. And it's a game I'll never go back and play, because I never want my first impression of that game to be ruined, personally. Great music, too. Oh, yeah, totally. Ken Rolston. Ken Rolston, that's the difference. When Ken Rolston was in charge at Bethesda, Bethesda fucking was ambitious and made badass games and changed the world. And the days of Todd Howard as being the king of Bethesda has only been two things. Simplify for mass market appeal, maximize profit. We'll see how
All thing
Starfield
about it
is,
is,
though.
once the shield's broken, they don't let them recharge. Oh, no, they do now. What are you doing, Elite? You over there breaking stuff?
But Starfield's supposed to be Todd Howard's passion project. Maybe it'll surprise us. Oblivion, Ken Rolston also worked on. Skyrim's not a bad game, but Skyrim's the writing on the wall. Take out anything that seems unnecessary or doesn't work, in their opinion, which will greatly reduce the number of character builds and simplify the role-playing options. But at the same time, it means soccer mom Sally, who plays Candy Crush on her phone, can now understand Elder Scrolls, and you make so much more money. Technically, the first Fable was a letdown because it couldn't possibly live up to the hype. I agree with you. You're absolutely right. I had a long talk with my nephew on that, how Peter Molyneux was like... Peter Molyneux was Todd Howard before Todd Howard. The ultimate hype man. It was going to be the greatest RPG ever. But to Peter Molyneux's credit, he actually made super creative, interesting games that were original. Like Populous and Black and White. There was only one Peter Molyneux. But of course, he also said Fable would be the greatest RPG ever. If you owned an original Xbox, you might remember that there was a trailer that showed this character creator, and it was a face, and it was morphing through a million things. But at the same time, they kept some core promises, like villagers totally changed and reacted based upon how you interacted with the world. People would either celebrate you or run in fear of you in Fable. If you were a good character, you sprouted angel wings and a halo and had luminescent blue eyes. If you were an evil character, you had black wells, bottomless pits for eyes, and flies buzzed around you, and you grew horns and a Lucifer forked tail and cloven feet, the whole fucking thing. It was really neat. And it was never a bad game. It totally made sense. I died, my bad. It was Microsoft's answer to Zelda. Nintendo had Zelda for their adventure game. PlayStation had Ratchet and Clank, that's the closest thing I can imagine. And Microsoft had Fable. It was our Zelda, and it had its own spot because it was darker. It had much more adult themes in it. And then they just... Of course, Peter Molyneux left Lionhead, and I think Lionhead closed down, but... Microsoft could have just kept putting money into these games. They chose to put the money into the Kinect instead. Did you like Fable, Tyrell, or did you play the Fables?
Yeah, I played Fable. I liked it. Like, I think third one was the one where you find out that the king was being all horrible because he had to save the world or something like that was supposed to be coming. It was like darkness that was coming.
I
You
don't
could choose
remember
to follow in his footsteps, and yeah, like you spend the whole game trying to like dismantle what he's doing, only to find out like this is why he's doing it. Oh, well.
I remember there being a dog in Fable 3. That's the biggest thing. And fucking unsurprisingly, they killed the dog. And we all knew it was coming. We all didn't want him to kill the dog. But of course those bastards killed the dog. And it was like, it's cool because you could like go out and hunt and the dog would actually go out and get the fucking animal.
But you can revive it at the end of the game, I thought. Like you had a wish. You could get like money.
Yeah, money. I remember also Fable, I believe it was Fable 2, was the one where it broke before it ever came out. So they released that Fable Pub Challenges, and it was an online game, and you could make real money in Albion, and then transfer that money to the game world. So the game launched with a completely broken economy because it was like Destiny before Destiny. It was an MMO light, and people were in the major city as little orbs with gamer tags, granted, but you could interact with one another. You could give one another money, trade weapons. And every game had its own legendary weapon, every instance. So you had to trade with one another to get all the legendary weapons. But the point is that people made millions and millions of dollars, and then they just started giving players all this money, so you could just buy Albion. That's what happened to my save. First day in the main city, somebody gave me like 14 million coins, and then I just owned everything, and then it just didn't really matter after that. It's still fucking fun. Kinect is a no, but yet Kinect made a profit. Why is this not moving forward?
We gotta kill all the flood.
I can't say that PlayStation probably made a profit on the PlayStation Move, even though it was pretty cool technology too. Dude, the Kinect could be amazing though. If they had gone all in with the Kinect, especially with the HoloLens and AR, Kinect could totally have a place. And it shouldn't, oh god, they're coming behind us. I died. It wouldn't be like Nintendo, you know, where really you only get that Nintendo experience with Nintendo, but I definitely don't package it with the Xbox. At the same time, I don't get giving up on it. I feel like since Microsoft decided not to do VR like PlayStation, but yet they've invested in AR, Kinect and AR would be a match made in heaven. We made a profit, but I really think it had a big brand of the downfall of the Xbox brand, though. It totally did. It came out at the right time. They advertised it well. They hyped people up. And the technology in it was really cool, even though they dumbed it down to save money, which was a mistake. But at the same time, this is when we start talking about Microsoft's issues. They launched the Xbox One, and it's all about NFL Network, MLB TV, you know, Martha Stewart Living, bullshit, and Kinect games. And you had to buy the Kinect with the Xbox. It was mandatory bundle. So you're right, Moutroff, and that hurt the Xbox because people said, "Where's the games? I don't fucking like the Kinect. I don't want to have to own a Kinect. I don't like half the features with the Kinect. And I don't watch TV on my Xbox. I play games on my Xbox. Where are the games?" And then the truly nefarious DRM that was rumored, which never became a thing, that you couldn't play used games on your system, but the rumor was enough. I don't beat around the bush on it. Yeah, that was...
Did I hit you? Did I hit you?
PlayStation 4 really... Oh, that was a terrible grenade. Really kicked our ass, you know? PlayStation totally kicked Microsoft's ass this time around. 360 was able to really own the PlayStation 3 in that generation of console wars in many ways. PlayStation 3 had that crazy architecture. It was super overpriced. It took time. It took time for the PlayStation to find its feet. When it did, it pulled off some great things, like The Last of Us and Uncharted. You know, the games that were exclusives for PlayStation 3 were fucking great. But it took time. And you've had like a whole reversal where PlayStation 4 was ready outside the gate. They advertised it well. They marketed it well. They had good exclusives. It's a system that's easy to work on. You can trade out the memory. It had universal memory. So they went with industry standards instead of making proprietary tech. And they had great games. And it took the Xbox One X and refocusing on Microsoft's part to even save the fucking system. I thought it was Skyrim. It just works. What about Skyrim, Sig? Technically the first Fable, right, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. It's where did all these games like Splinter Cell go? Now it's all these fast food free games for COD. There's some amazing indie games, to be fair, wife. There are some amazing indie games out there. The Escapists. I've been playing Atomic Crops. Most of my favorite games of the last 2 years are all indies. Indie games are fucking the shit. Most of the time. There are some money grabs, mostly mobile games. But there's some really, truly terrific indie games out there. But yeah, these big name franchises mostly,
but you will be consumed.
Disappointingly, Moutroff, wife, their studios turned them into mobile games.
We'll never
So,
break through this.
Splinter Cell's now a mobile game,
Force
for
him
instance.
out.
How?
The cable.
Just look into the
I'm
history of
working on
Konami if you want to know the direction the industry's taken.
Get everyone back to the ships.
You know what sucks? Is it's working. There's more people own a phone than a home console or a PC. You used to want to get on console because more people played on console than PC. They just took it to the next logical step. Just get yourself on the mobile phone. Millions, tens of millions of people own a phone. If you get in the Asian market alone in mobile, they spend so much more money on microtransactions than we do. There's just more money to be made, and it's ruining the industry because the art is fucking leaving it in the process. You're not worried about something like
Chuck,
this.
where are you going?
Bored. thought. I guess not. You know, video games are a combination of so many different synergies. Animation, storytelling, sound design, programming. It's all these different art forms into one cohesive medium. Mobile games hardly have to worry about that. They're more worried about behavioral psychology bullshit than they are making a great experience. Now, we're lucky in the sense people can vote with their wallet, and people voted overwhelmingly for The Witcher 3 with their wallet. So long as that continues, I don't think we're done. But we're also not going to see the trend end, because Soccer Mom Sally doesn't give a shit about video games as art. Soccer Mom Sally puts $50 on Candy Crush a month. I went up to the top if you're still here. Where is Tyrell? The Age of Todd Howard and what he accomplished. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Fallout 4 solid, Skyrim solid. But it's just been like this, which is downhill. Well, at least they made money on the Zune, Microsoft Surface phone. Yeah. Microsoft doesn't give a fuck about losing money short term. But just like Mixer, if you don't hit the projection date, Microsoft gave Mixer 5 years. I'm gonna die. Gave Mixer 5 years to make a profit. And when they hit that 5-year date and they didn't see growth, and they didn't see a future, it was over. That's what Microsoft does. Like, they bought Rare. They were gonna invest like crazy into Viva Pinata, which is a game I really like. I should have streamed it. I got all the achievements. I went back this year and got all the achievements for the original Viva Pinata. Microsoft was ready and invested so much money into that game. It was Rare's new IP. It had the whole Rare thing. It was super creative and different and interesting. And it was going to be Microsoft's answer to Animal Crossing. It was farming, simulation game, city builder. It's great. You know, farm, but city builder. You get my meaning. What happened was they had a Saturday morning cartoon. The first game sold really well. They made a sequel in less than it took them like a year. You know how games used to be. You used to launch the game and then like 2 years later or less you'd get a sequel because it would be basically a patch today.
When I tell you to, I need you to jump.
Hey.
Look at the station list.
Where you're at?
No. Yeah, wherever you are. It's gotta be listening when I say jump.
It didn't sell near as well, and then Microsoft said, okay, fuck it, no more Viva Pinata. And you can find instances of that in Microsoft's history over the last 30 years. Always. They put all this money into something, it's going to be a huge thing, they're all in, and then at the first sign that it's not going to work out, they fucking retreat.
Alright,
get ready. Okay. To be fair, though, that's probably why Microsoft is still a, fucking $1 trillion company.
Jump!
Sega doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, I didn't jump.
I was in the air.
The station is in free fall.
So, why am I alive and you're not? I don't get it.
You didn't jump.
Is this the Easter egg you're talking about?
Yeah, the little thing I wanted to show you. I ain't gonna say Easter egg.
Battleborn had a mobile game? Yeah. Why have I played the shit out of that, actually? Played the shit out of it. Too much. I had to uninstall it. Alright, this is consuming my life. I'm done. Battleborn could have been so good. It was, but Gearbox didn't want to fight that fight. Neither did 2K. Mostly 2K. Anyway, those indie games feel like they're a small bit and not much replay value. On what gameplay?
Jump!
Right.
I did it. The station is in free fall.
Is that why we did that?
That was it. Yeah, that was it. I just wanted to see you get sucked out of the space station.
I didn't look down. I was just looking straight up.
Oh, you ain't look down? Yeah, we got pulled out of the station.
Oh, I'll have to do it again. As a kid, I remember wanting so many games, but now I can't tell you what games I'm looking forward to. I think that's just a part of getting older in life. If it makes you feel any better, I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's cool that you said that. It's interesting, because I thought about that. Like, man, when I was a kid, like you're saying, wife, I used to know all the upcoming releases. I was super pumped. I was in the know, and I kept up to date on them, and I couldn't wait for, like, screenshots to come out. And these days, it's kind of like, oh, I guess something new's coming out. Cool. My nephew, though, is the same way. My nephew knows what games are coming out. He knows what indies are out. So I think it's just getting older.
Just run to the bottom and go to that door when he's out.
Okay. It still totally exists. All the way at the very, very
Okay.
bottom.
Yeah, I messed up. Yeah, we gotta drop down to the bottom. You can just drop straight down.
The heretic leader is on the move. Do not let
I kind of feel that, but now my job requires me to know right on. Yeah. See, Tyrell gets like Game Informer and shit, so he probably knows, and you would know because you're a manager at GameStop. But no, I'm with you, wife. I also lost track, and it worried me because I'm like, is there just nothing to be excited about with video games anymore? What the fuck?
I mean, there's not nothing in the broadcasting though. When we were growing up, we had X-Play, Cheat.
That's true as
We
well.
had
Yeah.
everything to help us with like we need like what's new.
Had our own network, and there were multiple magazines. It wasn't just Game Informer. I had Wired. I had a bunch. Electric Playground was one I had, and they would have cool leaks. I still have one of my Electric Playgrounds that shows when Halo was going to be a Mega Bloks game. And being super pumped, like, man. But you just, one, okay, and it's a multiple thing. One, I think it's us getting older, because two, my nephew, he's fucking up to date. He'll tell me, like, what indies are coming out. Whenever I play a YouTube video, he's like, oh, yeah.
Damn it,
That's like, you are finally able to
Walking
blame me
is out the
again.
grenade.
You are finally able to blame me. It happened.
Okay, alright, I forgot that. You just smacked the shit out of me. Alright, round two, bitch.
He's like, he knows exactly what game I'm watching. He knows what games are coming up. He's pumped about certain games. So, one, I think it's getting us older. Two, I think it's like Tyrell said. There's so much less media around games now. Yeah, there's tens of thousands of streamers and YouTubers, but professional media, what's left? GameSpot, IGN. There's a few, Kotaku, but they're not like they used to be. And then the other thing is, which plays into that, is game developers are just so much less media friendly. You don't get fucking leaks like that anymore. They're so careful. Like in Borderlands 3, they were so precise in exactly when they released any information, and you never got more than what you were supposed to, and you could never get excited about it ahead of time. They will not tell you their game's coming out till like 6 months this year. There's no more 2 years of getting fucking hyped. I think I talked over you, Tyrell. What were you saying?
Sean.
About games. Like, do you feel like Wife's right? Is there just no games to be excited about, or?
No, there's games to be excited about. I mean, they don't wanna let everyone know about the game. You're not getting the full game anymore.
That's very true too, yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. Like Halo 2, when you fucking bought it, you had this campaign, which had tons of replayability to it. You had the multiplayer, which you know you were going to spend a fucking lifetime on, and really wrote the book on it. Then you had Forge, and it's like Doom, when I made a capstone on it. Doom is old school in the sense, too, that that game has fucking everything. It's got a map editor, it's got multiplayer, it's got a campaign with tons of replayability. It has special modes, it has an arcade booth, there's Doom 1 and 2 in it. Like, that's what you expected when you bought a game back in the day. Most of you remember that. This is something that's been going on for like 5 years. It's not a new story.
Oh my god damn it, don't run that.
Oh fuck.
We ain't gotta worry about it, we just gotta go to the...
So yeah, Tyrell's right. That's totally another element of it. Welcome back, Joseph. These games I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Halo Infinite, personally. That's why Tyrell and I have been doing this. But thankfully, you know, they gave us something to be hyped about. I still want to love Borderlands 3, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. I'm pumped for Avowed. I'm pumped for Grounded. I think once Grounded gets the full release, I can't wait to jump back into that. still wish Fallout 76 had come out better. I'm excited for the cycle to make it to console, which is a PvE game. It's a lot
What
of
the
fun.
hell is? Oh my god! I got killed.
All good. I played it quite
out these damn doors.
I played it quite a bit on PC. And when it comes to console, I'm going to be pumped for that. It's fun. It's a BR, but it's mostly about killing stuff Halo style and then extracting. Dying Light 2, whenever the fuck it comes out, it seems to be in hell. Dead Island, you know, we're all looking forward to Dead Island, which still technically exists. Weren't pre-orders for Dead Island available like 4 or 5 years ago? Something
Really?
completely...
You looking forward? There's a Dead Island game?
There's supposed to be a Dead Island 2, I believe it is. And yeah, it's been, you could pre-order it like 5 fucking years ago. I remember us talking about when we were playing Dying Light together. We did that playthrough. But also it's like, hey, you can still pre-order Dead Island. I kind of feel that job requires G4 is coming back. It is? What? Man, Maltroff. As a kid, I don't remember being so disappointed with games, and games didn't die after a week. Again, my nephew experiences games differently than we do. When we play a game, we play it to we play it to win. And when you're a kid, what I see in him and what it makes me realize is it takes me back to when I was his age. Your imagination plays a huge role with games. He likes to just be a part of the experience. You know, he gets really enveloped in the story. Like when I played Halo 2, we talked about how hard Legendary was. All good. And I just remember it being hard, but I also remember just being totally immersed. Like feeling like I really was in the spaceship. Feeling like I really was with the fucking Covenant, killing the Flood. Missions would take me like 2-3 hours and I might not beat them, but I still felt like I had a great time. He loves Roblox, obviously. And a lot of that is because it's got like stupid role-playing games in it, where they're just dumb fun and he just feels sucked in. I played Red Faction 2 Guerrilla so much, and I just did mindless multiplayer with bots constantly. Because I felt sucked in and I would use my imagination. Time Splitters 2, a game. I don't know how. We could never pull that off again, Tyrell. Somehow always in front of one another.
Alright, I said, I'm trying to get the hell out of the way. I just stopped moving.
I used to make levels all day, every day in Time Splitters. Hopefully that franchise comes back. So what I'm trying to get at, again, is I think we just experienced games in the life. I think when we were a kid, one, the bar to entry was pretty fucking low, and two, it wasn't just like, we gotta compete with our buddies, or we gotta kill people, or we gotta compete to win. I almost never played multiplayer as a kid. I just love playing the stories. That zombie I stepped right in front of you.
Oh, no, but you don't shoot it either.
But I feel ya. I mean, it's definitely a thing, but I also feel like we're getting older. I still get that experience, and that's why I still love games. And I always look forward to that experience of falling in love with a new game. I fell in love with Atomic Crops this year. I fell in love with City Skylines last year. I typically once...
Oh my god, they blew up that damn thing.
Once or twice a year, I'll find a game that'll surprise me, and I'll fucking fall in love with it. I fell in love with Forager. I got all the achievements for that about 3-4 months ago. You know, I started playing it, and I knew, hey, this is a game I can fucking put 40 hours into. So, there's still games like that, at least for me personally, that, you know, still have the magic in them. I'm always refreshed when I find them. Because I feel like you do. Like, why is nothing fun anymore? Why is this not exciting me? This used to be my favorite thing. Thankfully, once in a blue moon, run into a title that's special. G4 2021. It's actually coming back. Like, Soul Calibur was such a good game, but I couldn't pay for the last one they released. I don't blame you. How much was it? Do you like Soul Calibur, Tyrell? I don't know much about fighting games. Tyrell does.
Yeah, I like Soul Calibur.
Do you stay up to date and buy the latest ones?
No, I don't buy the latest one. I somehow come into possession of them all the time.
Come into possession of them all the time?
Yeah.
Like, people just give them to you?
No, I ain't gonna say gift to me, more like I just get them. Like various reasons.
You buy the Mortal Kombat set, right? You buy every new Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat.
I'm like, how? I'm standing back there yet. I think I got eaten by the flood. But yeah, I buy all the Mortal Kombat. I bought all the Mortal Kombat.
Cool haircut. You look like the protagonist's best friend in an anime. Thank you, Ash, for saying that. I'll take that as a compliment. I'll tell you, man, I've got a big nose. Sign of a leader, okay? Sign of a leader, man. So I did a simple Google search, best haircuts for big nose people. Said, cut the sides short, keep the middle long. So this is what I fucking go for. I'm just trying to balance my face, my man. Thank you. Thanks for being here, Ashton. By the way, I guess we're supposed to be on a Battleborn team together. Bangalore, I'll take it. Bangalore's got a big swinging dick like I do, so I'll take it. Please check out Ashton. He's a Marine. Oh, thank you, Wilson. My bad, dude. He's a Marine. He's funny. He's got a good, funny, dry wit. He's a smart guy. He's really good at team-based tactical shooters. He's been playing a lot of Rogue Company right now. This is his last stream in Battleborn. I think he's going to be on our Battleborn team, I believe. We're together as a team. There was a playable updated alpha of Dead Island 2 leaked recently. Like, how recently? Like 4 months ago? Or 4 decades ago when you could pre-order Dead Island 2.
So yeah,
Taylor was
push
such a-
forward. They keep spawning.
G4, okay. Hey, show them 6 teams. Bug me if I miss somebody, I'm sorry. Every single comment is leading to a 45-minute rant. Four months ago? Like, how the fuck did we call that date exactly? So there was an alpha leaked 4 months ago. It's probably going to come out then. It's probably going to be dog shit, though, let's be real. I'm not trying to be a cynic, but the history of games that have been endlessly delayed and in development hell and have had to go across multiple generations, it ain't good.
Arbiter,
It ain't a good
I
history.
would rather die by your
But,
hand.
hey, they could break the
Prophets
curse.
lead me to slaughter.
Who has taught you these lies? The Oracle.
Hello, I am 343 Guilty Spark. I am the monitor of Installation 04.
That's literally Halo
Ask the
Infinite?
Oracle about Halo. How they would
I
sacrifice
think
us
rumors
all
of
for
development hell are
nothing.
way
More
over
questions? Splendid. I would be
exaggerated.
happy to assist you.
I mean, they build a new engine. That takes time. They build a new engine and put
The
the game
elites
on
are
it.
blind, Arbiter. But I will make them see.
Whoa. You're a good-looking guy, like a less grungy Tom.
Why would they spawn?
You're a
me?
good-looking guy too. Whenever we meet each other, don't worry. I'm ready to do the Team America World Police thing and earn your loyalty, Ashton. I'm ready. I'll do it for the team. You'll call me Mr. Stoic. What up, man? I got your message. Thanks for sending me that message. I've been in contact with the wife, so we're gonna do our
It's
best, man.
frustrating as hell.
Yes, sir.
Just going visit. Fuck up one of them.
Come, holy
I was in Viz, those
We have
bastards.
much work to do.
This is the first game to introduce dual wielding. It was? Really? Serious Sam didn't have dual wielding? I feel like I played Serious Sam on the Xbox and it had dual wielding.
Oh my god, how are they alive? We just killed them.
It's a shit spawn.
Yeah, I know, like the guy above us, down on us, and then he's the clowns. I'm literally just going in mid start.
Taking a moment to rest.
Oh, that's his ass, get him!
Fuck, he's hurt.
You gotta heal high.
Checkpoint us, damn it. There's a lot more sound in the new graphics than the old.
Where the hell was he at? He just hid away and then showed up?
Oh, at least we checkpointed.
Catch me
Okay,
like
good.
that
If you
this
can
time.
make it be awesome for one time, Halo is my baby, dude. Halo's the shit, right? Halo Infinite. That's what Tyrell and I are trying to get ready for. Been going through and beating all the Halos on Legendary. We're gonna do Halo Wars as well. That's the plan.
Bitch. This is not him either? Oh, right here. That's going good. No.
He's on in front of you. I think it's like a gearbox thing. He's immune to damage for certain phases here.
She just had to kill his bitch ass.
I think I'm gonna stream Doom. Do it, Joseph. Hell yeah, man, get it.
He's gonna be over there, Tara. Yeah, there you go.
This final facility installation has several hundred years. It was retrofitted to
Fuck.
research possible offensive
Let me get on you.
and measures against the flood.
Fly down here, you jackass.
Designed and oversaw the construction of this facility.
He's just flying back and forth. I'm out of ammo.
Wow. And then we,
He's still in there. Okay.
this is weird. It was never like an actual boss
Yeah, man, goal
fight.
is
You
turning
just
to get a
kill him twice.
comps that aren't meta, so we're just gonna have fun. Like I say, Tyrell's Monday, Tuesday doesn't work, so we're gonna have to, for us, for our team, we'll have to play on those days. That works with Ashton
Ha
too.
bitch.
You get him?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Unfortunate. His
Wink,
edification
wink.
was
Send your boys my way when you
I had
finish.
no choice, Holy Oracle.
I just remember this level. Holy
This
shit.
heritage imperiled the great
Memories.
journey.
Oracle, great journey. Why do you meddlers insist
You be
on
streaming
using such
Battleborn?
inaccurate
Good man.
versions?
It's gonna be a strong finish for the Battleborn community. Good on you.
Oracle. So it is. Come, we are leaving this system.
I kind of just missed that. What happened?
He took it though. He took the monitor
Why was the Arbiter upset about that?
because he shocked him with the hammer.
Did they want to destroy the monitor? Was that the point?
No, it just he manhandled it, and they look at it like a holy object.
Oh, okay.